Hi there, I'm Allie, and today I'm going to teach you how to order coffee. Now don't worry, dear viewer, I don't think you're stupid. I know you know how to order a regular cup of coffee, but I'm not talking about a regular cup of coffee. I'm talking about frou-frou coffee. Now as an avid coffee drinker, I feel I'm more than qualified to give you this information. But if that's not enough for you, I did work at 2 different coffee shops. One which was large, evil, and corporate, and may or may not rhyme with our accent. Sucks. And the other which was more of a nice local little coffee shop. Now, the first thing we're going to learn today is the espresso shot. The espresso shot. Espresso is similar to coffee, except that it's more condensed and it's got a darker, thicker taste. It's usually served in short little glasses about the size of a shot glass. Related to the espresso is the Macchiato. Oh, so good. The Macchiato is a shot of espresso with a little bit of milk foam on top to take off a bit of that dark edge. You may know of a caramel macchiato that large corporate business sells. Our X Caramel Macchiato is actually just a vanilla latte with caramel drizzle on top. So if you go to any other coffee shop and ask for a macchiato, they're going to give you shots of espresso with milk on top, so don't do that. The second order of business is the latte. Latte is shots of espresso with steamed milk and then foam on top. A regular latte is not going to be sweet at all, which a lot of people don't realize, so if you want a sweetened drink, order a flavored latte. Most coffee shops have a ton of flavors, with common ones being vanilla, caramel, hazelnut, all sorts of things. So if you order a flavored latte, then your drink is going to be shots of espresso with a flavoring, then the steamed milk and the foam on top. Next, we'll cover perhaps the most misunderstood drink of all time, the cappuccino. Poor cappuccino. Thanks to 7-Eleven machines around the world, no one appreciates you for what you really are. Contrary to popular belief, the cappuccino is not a sweet, sugary drink. A cappuccino is just like a plain latte, except that it has more foam on top. A proper cappuccino will be divided perfectly into thirds between espresso, steamed milk, and foam on top, although this will vary depending on what coffee shop you go to. If you want something sweet, do not order this. Get a flavored latte. The thing is, thanks to those 7-Eleven machines squirting out that sweet, syrupy drink and calling it a cappuccino, we used to get people all the time who would come in, order one, and then when they tasted it, they'd be like, oh my gosh, what is this? And then they would throw it in our faces. Not really that last part. Another drink that you'll often see on the menu is an Americano. An Americano has about the same amount of espresso as a latte, but instead of milk you have water on top, so it tastes pretty similar to a coffee, sometimes a bit darker and richer. Ooh, next up, and one of my personal favorites, is the chai latte. You'll hear it called the chai tea, but since chai actually means tea, you're asking for a TT, and I always thought that sounded weird. I don't want a TT, I want a chai latte. Chai, if you never had it, is sort of sweet and spicy and really freaking good. You should get it. Get it right now. And finally, we have the Frappuccino. When I worked at RX, we used a base to make these things, and I'm pretty sure that base was pure lard. But let me tell you, it was freaking delicious. They are cold though, so you'll probably want to wait until summer when you can be ruining your beach body to have one. Last, we'll talk about sizes. The sizes at Starbucks are that a tall is a small, which you can remember because it rhymes, grande, which means large in Italian even though the drink is medium, and a venti, which means 20 in Italian, and consequently your drink is 20 ounces. Since different coffee shops usually have different names for their sizes, what you can always do is order by ounces. Pretty much anywhere, the standard size is going to be that a small is 12 ounces, a medium is 16 ounces, and a large is 20 ounces. And of course, you can always just order a small, medium, or large. Our ex-employees tend to give you dirty looks and be like, you mean a tall, but just ignore that. The thing you've got to remember, dear viewer, is that coffee customers are the worst people in the world. Those people who come in at 6 every morning, they need their coffee, and until they get that coffee, their personality is the black hole of the universe. Back when I worked at coffee shops, I had customers make me cry, and I'm not a crier. So I hope that this has cleared things up for you, and that you can go forth and order that cappuccino with confidence. Oh, so sick. Too much cap. Just kidding! It was all decaf and you completely fell for it, didn't you? Oh, I can see it in your eye. Don't lie to me. I have to pee.